Hey everyone, we are at Algonquin Provincial Park and I'm so excited to explore, so come along with me and I will show you some of the attractions and sights that you can see here at Algonquin. Algonquin Provincial Park is the first and largest provincial park in all of Ontario, covering 7,635 square kilometers with forests, bogs, lakes, and rivers. Highway 60 runs through the southern end of the park, but if you want to truly get into the heart of Algonquin, you can get there only by paddling or on foot. If that's not your thing, Algonquin also offers numerous campgrounds in the south end of the park for tent camping and RVs. And some of these campgrounds are open year-round. If you want to see our experience at Pog Lake Campground, you can check out my tour and overall thoughts linked here. With the sheer size of the park, there are many activities and attractions to keep you busy, and you'd need a lot of time to do or see them all. There are 14 interpretive trails, a visitor center, logging museum, art gallery, and tons of outdoor activities to experience. Stick around to the end to see some of the resources that were helpful for me as I planned our trip to Algonquin. If you're coming to Algonquin Provincial Park, there are so many attractions and activities that you can get up to while you're here. We took on as much as we could, and I'm going to share everything that we did, as well as some other ideas of things that you can do if you're coming to Algonquin. Visit the East Gate Information Center. We drove out to the East Gate so that we can go and get my park sticker for Algonquin and to check out what other amenities they have here. The Ontario Park store at the Eastgate wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be, but I was still able to pick up my sticker, this cute little patch, and an Ontario Parks reusable bag. We've just arrived at the Algonquin Logging Museum and are about to start our 1.3 kilometer loop. This trail starts and ends at the visitor center, and you can go inside to get a little bit of history about logging here in Algonquin. So let's go walk the trail. In the 1800s, this bamboo shanty would have been home to 52 white pine loggers. It's a little bit rustic inside, and I think it would have been pretty cozy in there. You're not trying hard enough. The trail had informational signs posted at each display and provided an interactive experience to learn about the history of logging.
All aboard!
We've made it to the end of the trail and I can 10 out of 10 recommend this if you are at Algonquin. It's a nice leisurely trail. 1.3 kilometers goes by pretty quickly because there are so many attractions and information signs to read along the way. If you're coming to Algonquin, definitely add this to your list. Next up is Lake Opiongo and the Opiongo store. This is a popular spot if you want to rent canoes or kayaks, shop, and has a lovely waterfront with water taxis. We came up to Lake Opiongo to check out the store and see what they had to offer. They have tons of essentials in there, as well as different Algonquin themed merchandise that you can buy, and lots of grocery items too. If you're camping and you need something, you can definitely check it out here. They also do canoe and kayak rentals, so if you're looking for any sort of gear, you should definitely come check out Lake Opiongo. We are at the Algonquin Visitor Center here, and it is a fantastic attraction to add to your list of things to do at Algonquin Park. Inside the Visitor Center, they have an art gallery, a bookstore, a souvenir shop, a little cafe, and tons of interactive exhibits to check out. We really enjoyed our time exploring the Visitor Center, and it would be a great activity on a rainy day or if you have kids who like looking at the animal displays. Plus, there's a viewing platform that offers amazing sights of the Algonquin Forest. We are at the Beaver Pond Trail. This is a 2-kilometer hike that takes approximately 1.5 hours to complete, and it's rated at a moderate level. At the start of the trail, you can also pick up your trail guide. These are 50 cents and it's on the honor system. You deposit your coins in the little container here, take your trail map, and then you can head on out. Bikes were not permitted, and the trail visited a cliff, so proceed with caution and keep your kids and animals close. So the Beaver Pond Trail takes you past 2 beaver dams that we have seen, and it is moderate. They were not lying. It's a little bit tricky in areas, steep, rocky, stumpy, rooty. There's lots of obstacles in this path, so that's something to note if you are coming to do this trail and have mobility issues. Otherwise, it is a beautiful trail, lots of lovely scenery. We are at the Spruce Bog Boardwalk Trail. It is a 1.5 kilometer trail. It's easy and it takes about an hour to complete. This is an absolutely beautiful trail and it is such a nice leisurely walk. It's all a boardwalk, so it's very level and even and easily walkable side by side with 2 people. And we would definitely recommend checking it out because it is so peaceful here. There are benches as well along the trail so that you can sit and just rest or even try and spot some wildlife along the route. We came to the Lake of Two Rivers and they have a grocery store and camp store that you can see behind me. And over here to my left, they have a cafe and grill. So if you need to pick up any amenities, this might be the place to come. There were tons of souvenirs, clothing items, and Algonquin branded merchandise here. And the camping supply section was very well stocked as well. Plus they had a great assortment of non-perishable food items, bread, and even perishables and frozen items in the fridge and freezer section. The cafe also had a pretty large menu if you wanted to take a break from cooking while you camped. Another thing you can do while you're at Algonquin is rent bikes. They had half-day and full-day rental options with various types of bikes available. Next up is animal spotting along Highway 60. We got up super early this morning and we headed out because I'm on a mission to see a moose. We haven't seen one yet, but I still have my fingers crossed that we will sometime today. We also learned that people get up super early here to come take photos and do animal spotting. So a pro tip, if you are coming to Algonquin, get up early, make the effort because you can catch some beautiful sunrises, misty shots, and maybe even a glimpse of a moose. We basically drove around one section of Highway 60 for an hour, and while we didn't see any moose while we were there, the scenery was still worth it. Next up is the Whiskey Rapids Trail. This trail is a 2.1 kilometer loop and had some very challenging parts where you were basically climbing up a steep hill using rocks and roots as steps. But it brought us down to a nice river area where we think there used to be rapids, but the water levels were very low, so we didn't see any. Another attraction you should add to your list when visiting Algonquin is Tea Lake Dam. The original was built in 1893 and today it's a beautiful picnicking spot and there's a small trail. This would be a great spot to have a picnic by the water and enjoy the views of the dam. Another thing that you can do if you're at Algonquin is come to the Portage store. They have a restaurant, a gift shop, and you can rent canoes here. The Portage store is a great stop if you need to pick up any supplies. They have tons of backcountry gear, souvenirs, and food items. Or you can come here to rent a canoe to explore Algonquin by lake. You can also launch your own watercrafts here as well, and there's access to 2 different lakes depending on where you launch. The Portage store also offers bathrooms and showers, so if you're coming here on a canoe trip and need to use the shower, they have them available, or if you're just camping in the park and want to use the shower here, they're here for your use. The Peck Lake Trail is a 1.9 kilometer loop and it takes you all the way around Peck Lake, and there's some boardwalks over the boggy areas. We're excited to go check it out. Another thing to do at Algonquin is come to the art gallery. When we arrived, we were the only ones here and we had a pretty friendly tour guide, Jackson. Unfortunately, we weren't able to record inside, but the artwork is amazing and they have a lovely little boutique. You can also walk around the property and check out some of the hand-painted canoes. The Two Rivers Trail is a 2.1 kilometer loop and it is a nice, pleasant loop through the Algonquin forest. The sign definitely wasn't lying when they said you come to a cliff, so be sure to keep your kids on a leash. We just made it to the end of this trail and I must say it is moderate, but it seems like it's going to be easy. It's kind of tricky. When you start the trail, it's pretty even and flat and actually really leisurely until you get to the halfway mark where it picks up and it goes very steep so you can get up to the cliff area and then you have to come all the way back down. So it is kind of tricky. It is a moderate trail and it was beautiful, so I definitely say it was worth it. Next up in the Rock Lake campground is Booth's Rock Trail. Booth's Rock Trail is a 5.1 kilometer loop and it is fairly rigorous and it is rated at difficult. We're probably not going to do this trail, but we're going to go see how far we can get and if there's any pretty views. Wanted to provide a little bit of an update. We have made it to the pond and it is absolutely beautiful, very picturesque. And the terrain to get here wasn't difficult at all, so if you only want to come on a quick jaunt, you can come to the pond, enjoy, and just head back. We thought we were going to continue on the path and we did give it a try, but just behind me it looks like the terrain is getting a little bit more difficult and we are just not prepared for that today. We've done too many hikes already and this was the last one. So we enjoyed seeing the beautiful pond and now we're headed back to the truck. Now for the newbies visiting Algonquin. Here are some resources to help you plan your trip and find additional activities and attractions for your stay. First, you can visit the Ontario Parks website and click on Algonquin Park in their drop-down list. This will take you to the information page about the park and let you know the operation dates and types of activities and facilities available. When you click on the Activities tab, you'll be able to see all of the things available to do in the park, from biking, birding, boating, canoeing, the Discovery program, fishing, hiking, hunting, swimming, and even winter activities. This park has it all. And another great resource is the Friends of the Algonquin Park site. Here you can get information on how to get involved, shopping options at the park, visit Algonquin virtually through live cameras and tours, and information to plan your stay. I hope this video can be helpful for you if you're planning your own trip to Algonquin Provincial Park. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more camping and travel videos coming soon.